Oh, what's up, guys? Hopefully you're all, obviously, well, I hope you're doing well. Obviously having an awesome day. So today, obviously this Christmas, will mark a big occasion for one particular TV show, Gavin and Stacey. Gavin and Stacey is coming to an end. This Christmas we'll be saying a fond farewell to the show after 17 years. To be honest, I don't think it would be a lie to say that there's a lot of emotion like being felt at the moment regarding the last episode this Christmas. I think a lot of people are gearing up for it. It's going to be quite an emotional one to watch. When I sit here, I still can't believe that Darren and Stacey is 17 years old, like almost 20 years old, not far off that. I kind of hope that they do something special to honour the 20th anniversary of the show, which will be in a few years' time. But I think the way the show is at the moment, it's just incredible. Like, it's just unbelievable. To think that it's been going for 17 years. I sit here sometimes and I wonder, like, did Ruth Jones and James Corden ever think that the show would be so successful? Did they think that people would still be talking about the show and would still love the show 17 years down the line? I often wonder what sort of reaction they thought Gavin and Stacey was going to get initially. Like, did they think it was going to get a positive reaction? Did they think it was going to be, it was going to get a negative reaction? Did they think that fans would end up loving it as much as they have, and obviously still do? For me as a Gavin and Stacey fan, I am very sad that the show is coming to an end. But I will always be so thankful for all of the laughs that we've gotten from the show over the years. There's one character that I really loved in Gavin and Stacey, and that was Doris. God bless the actress Margaret John, who played her. She's been gone now for 11 years, I think. No, 13 years. I think. I'll be wrong. So, it's 11 years, I think. Yeah, it is. It's 11 years. No, it's 13 years. Yeah, it's 13 years. So she's been gone 13 years now, bless her. She was one of the best, Doris was one of the best and probably one of the funniest characters in the show. I love the way she was saying, when about Nessa saying, where's the salad? Where's the salad? And she said, I'll say, Fatty, where's my ash? Or when she said to Bryn, where's the salad? There's the salad, now leave me alone. That was hilarious. Obviously, the thing with Downton and Stacey is it's really gotten me through some emotional times and tough and difficult times and the hardest of times. Whenever I've needed cheering up, Downton and Stacey's always done that for me. It's always cheered me up, and always put me in a good mood, which is why I love watching Gavin and Stacey. It always puts me in a good mood. It always gives me something to laugh at, if you know what I mean. But it was one of the best. It is one of the best, and always will be. I think, although it's sad that Gavin and Stacey is ending, it's a show that will be remembered forever. It's a show that will be remembered. Gavin and Stacey is a show in which its legacy will live on, for the longest period of time. Like, nobody will ever forget it. It's a show that will be, Gavin and Stacey will be remembered, by Gavin and Stacey fans forever. That it will never ever be forgotten. It might be coming to an end, but the legacy is one that will live on forever. That legacy will never die. I love how I remember that cast, from Alison Steadman to Larry Lamb, who played Pam and Mick, Rob Brydon, who played Uncle Brent, was absolutely hilarious. you gotta love Ruth Jones and James Corden, of course. You gotta love, obviously, Matthew Horn and Joanna Page, who are obviously who played the two main characters in the show. And I've watched, I watched Matthew Horn in Horace Henry the movie, and I've watched him in Bad Education as Mr. Fraser. You know what was funny? The other day I was watching Gavin and Stacey, and I was watching. Well, but this is not just the other day, but every time I rewatched, Gavin and Stacey, it's Dino. The other day I was watching another show on the BBC called Ghosts, and Matthew Bainton plays a character in that sitcom. He plays a character called Thomas. The other day, for years I've watched Waterloo Road. I've watched Darren and Stacey rather. No, I don't know why I said Waterloo Road. I've watched Darren and Stacey for years, and I've never actually realised that Dino was Matthew Bainton. I was sitting there, I was thinking, bloody hell, it's him. Dino was Matthew Bainton. I'm like, how have I never realised that? How have I never actually realised that the character of Dino was played by Matthew Bainton? It was only when I went back to watch it the other day and I was like, blimey, it's him. Especially after I'd watched him in Ghosts. I'd gone back and I'd watched Gavin and Stacey and I was like, bloody hell, it's Matthew Bainton. Matthew Bainton. I was like, how have I never realised that? I sit here now when I think about it, it's just so funny because I don't know how I never realised it was him. It's just a thing, like, I don't actually realise how I didn't know it was Matthew Bainton who played Dino. I've watched it for so many years and I've never realised it was him. I don't get that. Even now, every time I think about it, I laugh. Because it's like, how have I never realised it was Matthew Bainton who played Dino? He was a funny character, wasn't he? And I have half and half, Toffee and he. Toffee or he. That was hilarious. He was just mad. He was just fun. He was funny. But yeah, Gavin and Stacey. It's hilarious. There's nothing bad that can really be said about it. I did enjoy the Christmas special in 2019. You know what? Obviously, I always wish they would reveal, but I know they never will. They never will reveal it. Is what actually happened on the fishing trip. That is one of the questions that will always remain unanswered. There'll never be a definitive answer to that question. And I think the thing is with that, I don't think they ever, like James Corden and Ruth Jones, I don't think they ever actually planned on there being an actual definitive answer to that question. Obviously, it's that question that people have had for years, and there's never actually been a definitive answer for it. And I don't think there ever will be a definitive answer to that question, and I don't think they ever planned on that. It's like, it was like the other running gag in the series, the fact that Smithy's girlfriend Lucy never actually appeared on screen. Now, again, I don't think they ever planned on her appearing on screen. It was just meant to be like a running gag throughout the whole show. I used to love the names some of the characters had. Fat and More Pat, Big Fat Sue, No Man John. That was hilarious. Dean, obviously, Chinese Alan. Did somebody order a Chinese? There's a lot of things I still find myself saying. Sometimes I say tidy. Sometimes I say cracking. Sometimes I say cracking. Sometimes I say immense. Oh, that was immense. I also sometimes find myself saying, truth be told, and when I drop something or I hit I injure myself in some way, I always find myself saying, oh my Christ. It's just, the memories that Gavin and Stacey has given us as fans is just unbelievable. It's given us so much to look back on, and I just think, I'm sitting here now and I'm just thinking, what a remarkable year, 17 years it's been for Gavin and Stacey. It's sad that, the show is coming to an end, but I think it should also be looked at as a positive thing. I don't think that it should be looked at particularly as a negative thing that the show's coming to an end. I think it should be looked at as a positive thing, because at least the show is going out on a high. At least it's going out at a time where people still remember it and people still love it. Because in years to come, people might not still remember it, you know. So at least the show is going out on a high, and that is a good thing, you know. But we will all, I think that we, you know, all of us Gavin and Stacey fans, I think we will always be so incredibly grateful, you know, for, you know, the laughs he's given us over the years, you know, and I'll certainly have my tissues ready for the Christmas special on Christmas Day. You know, it will be sad saying goodbye to the show, but I think it's emotional enough for us. It's going to be emotional enough for us watching it, but you think about how emotional it must have been, you know, filming this. As obviously last week they actually wrapped up filming at Trinity Street for the final time, and that must have been quite an emotional day for them. Like the last day of filming at Trinity Street, like it must have been so emotional for them, and it must have been a hard one for them, because obviously knowing that they would never be filming there again. Like that was the last ever day that they would only be filming at Trinity Street. They'll never be filming there again. Like there's so much to talk about with this show, and it's just an iconic show. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for another one soon. Bye bye.